right, while they take that sidebar, let's bring in our guest who's standing by with us, national trial attorney Michael Jaafar. Michael, it's good to see you and glad to have your perspective on this because I know you have offices that handle civil trials, civil cases like this one is. When you're looking at the witness on the stand right now, do you think his testimony is moving the needle at all for these jurors, looking at this from the position of the plaintiffs, from Maya's team?
You know, this is an uphill battle no matter what. I was reading about this case last week, and I hadn't watched the Netflix documentary, but I've been speaking about this case, and I looked at it, and I thought to myself, the first thing I thought to myself, Julia, is I decline cases like this all the time. A week and a half ago, I denied a case not as severe as this, but similar fact patterns because of the issue of foreseeability. I don't know if any of these witnesses are going to move the needle for the plaintiff because it's going to be impossible, clearly nearly impossible, to convince jurors that this hospital had a motive to hurt this girl and they did conduct that was so negligent it caused a family member of the patient to commit suicide within 87 days. I don't buy it. For me, this is the type of case I would decline. If I knew there was a Netflix documentary, I might take the case knowing I'm going to lose, you know, but without that, I just don't see how an attorney would take this. I decline these cases all the time. I settled a case earlier this year, a medical malpractice case against a hospital, and I litigated that for 4.5 years. And that one, the liability was clear, and they're so difficult because of the fact that you're trying to convince a jury that a hospital was trying to hurt the person, and they were so negligent. It was like the doctor who sewed an instrument into his surgical patient accidentally. That's the type of fact pattern you need to sway these jurors that the hospital was negligent.
Yeah, or, you know, amputated the wrong limb or something
That's
like
almost
that.
a ray of locutor, right?
Yeah,
It speaks
right.
for itself. If you do that, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. I love Michael Jaafar for a lot of reasons, including his honor. Well, if there was a Netflix doc, I'd probably take the case, even though I'm going to lose. That was it. The jury questions finished up. Michael Jaafar, what do you think of jury questions? It seems like a great little mini focus group. You could figure out, oh boy, they're definitely over here when I thought they were over here.
I was dying to comment on it. Thanks for asking, Ted. That's one of the beautiful things about some of these civil trials is you don't have to guess what the jury is asking. You can hone in on exactly what they're asking because they're allowed to pass questions. Just think about how efficient it is, right, for the whole entire process. Because these civil trials, by the way, unlike murder trials, they can last for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. There's so much involved, right? So these jury questions allow both parties to know, hey, this is what I need to address. You might disagree with a jury question, or you might think it's off base and it's not to the point that you're trying to make. But as an attorney, I would love to know what every single juror is thinking at all times in real time, right? So I love these jury questions. They make the process much more efficient. They make it it's just more logical. It makes more sense that if a person is gonna decide the fate of a trial, they should be able to ask questions during the trial while you have the witnesses there. They should be able to ask that, right? So I'm a big supporter of the institution of juries asking questions in this format.
Yeah, it's really cool when some judges do allow it. It's not every jurisdiction, but in this civil courthouse, we are seeing it.